Welcome back, guys. I know, probably thought I'd given up, but no, I'm back. Uh, you know, back to work and all, but hey, long weekend, I get to work on the ukulele again. So what I've done in the meantime is I have very carefully measured for my bridge. The bridge gets placed, and according to the manual, I think it's 17 and 3/32 inches from the nut. So by carefully measuring to the middle of the saddle and then carefully measuring, make sure it's centered and perpendicular to the long axis, I figured out where it should go, and I've masked it off with some green painter's tape. It will be finished first, paint then tape removed, and then the bridge will be glued down to that bare wood. I've also added a little detail to the bridge, a little curvy on the corners to kind of match the curve here on the end of the fretboard, which sort of mimics this feature there. Just sort of keep it consistent throughout. If you're going to do this on your bridge, don't take off too much material, because on the soprano kit there are two screws that hold the bridge down. On the tenor kit, it's nothing but glue, so you want as much surface area as possible. So those tiny little round corners, I actually used a nickel, and that's the same radius as a nickel to round them off, just to give a little detail, but not remove enough material or too much material that we won't get good adhesion. So next couple things I want to do before finishing: final sanding, get rid of all my pencil marks and any little glue marks. I have to deepen my ramps a bit. I've already started working on that because they weren't quite deep enough. I laid the nut in place, stretched a string over top and over my tuners, and I could see that it was touching the wood here. So I'm going to deepen the ramps a bit. That's just some sandpaper wrapped around a dowel. Also, if you look closely, you might be able to see that these surfaces are still kind of wavy. Not sure if you can see there or not. I'm just going to flatten those down with some sandpaper on a very flat surface, and a couple little nicks and scratches here that I'll buff out. There's also the matter of the gap underneath the neck here. The neck is very secure, but it's just got that unsightly gap, and I'm just going to fill that in with a little bit of glue and sawdust and putty and stuff, and just clean it up a little bit before we get ready for finishing. So let's get to work. Now, to make my crack filler, I'm going to get some sandpaper and a little scrap of the same mahogany the body is built out of, and going to make a little pile of really fine sawdust. Mix it with some glue, and I'm just going to apply it to the little gaps with a single-edged razor blade, just carefully putting it in the cracks. So. So now I'm just going to let that dry and start to figure out how I'm going to finish it. I'd like a high sort of gloss on it, but I really don't know what to do, so I've got to talk to a few people. I've heard polyurethane might be the way to go, better than lacquer, but really I have no idea. So I've got to make a few emails, find out what I'm going to do, and then many coats later we'll have a finished ukulele. Then I'll talk about putting the pickup in, and once the pickup's in, I think we're pretty much done. So it might be a little while before the next episode, but I assure you there will be another one. Just hold tight and keep watching. See you later, guys.